Yes. Alright. Hello, this is Mr. House's One here, and I'm back with a video discussing one important matter that I've really been wanting to discuss here on the channel for a while. I know this channel is now mostly just vlogs and promising what's going to happen that never does happen, and things that were planned but never ended up being executed. But this is like one of the final, hopefully one of the final vlog type things that I have to do. Because, as you can see, everything in my room is packed away in boxes. So, what you're going to be seeing in the M&O Adventure Series episode released hopefully later today, and it will be later today, I promised myself that. I have everyone's out right here by my side, literally. I wanted to, for the first time in a year, do the voices for the M&O Adventure Series characters in front of you guys, because I know a lot of you have been waiting, like, ever for me to do this, and, you know, like, go back to the series, and a lot of people were excited by this weird cliffhanger I left off on the last episode, and although I really can't fulfill, the cliffhanger for a little while now, maybe another month it will be until, the quote-unquote next season starts, because yes, I'm moving away from this location where I've been filming all my, videos for the past 2 years now. I'm going to be doing the voices of multiple characters that you haven't seen in a long time, and the voices of characters that they have changed over time, as my voice has, because it's been 5 years since I started this series, almost. In September, it would have been 5 years since I started this series of the M&O Adventure Series. So what I want to do is I kind of want to give you guys a little dose of what the characters sound like now, and how they're going to be in the video, because... Oh, my dog. Dog, please. Dog, no. Oscar, no. Oscar. Yeah, my dog's over there, inadvertently destroying everything. Kind of like Mickey did, Epic Mickey. Funny, right? Anyways, we're going to be starting off with, without a doubt, the third most important character of the show, after Episode 8, Minnie Mouse. The thing is, again, it's been 5 years since I started the series, and I think Minnie was introduced in early 2012, along with Roger Rabbit in the same episode. And, Minnie Mouse, his voice probably going to change because of my voice changing as well, all the time, so I'm going to try and do her voice again, with maybe some sample dialogue from earlier episodes.
Mickey told me all about it the night he came home. Oh gosh, where could he be?
That sounds more like Hortensia. But,
yeah, so that's Minnie Mouse. Minnie Mouse is sort of still at the same voice level she was, but Dot Warner may have to share this sort of vocal cord, like, area with her, because girl voices are extremely hard to do. Especially someone going through changes, if you know what I'm saying. It's very hard to do girl voices, so, for the love of God, it's, you know, like, that's Minnie Mouse's voice. Whee! Ah! Ow! That hurts.
alright, next character. Another important character released in the same episode as Minnie Mouse. Roger Rabbit! Now, Roger Rabbit's voice is going to be changing a lot, because I have recently... what the hey? Well, there's a huge rip in Roger's leg. What? I never noticed this. Oh, no. Geez, like, there's actually a legit rip in his leg. Maybe it's just because of all the splits he keeps doing. Oh my god, it's happening on both legs. Soon enough, he'll be pouring out stuffing. I think it's just because I keep making him do splits. But I'll have to repair that eventually. You know, some sewing skills. Sewing skills, I don't really have sewing skills, but we'll try to fix it. But, Roger, his voice used to be just, it's just the, muggy side of his voice, along with a little bit of a speech impediment. But after watching Who Framed Roger Rabbit again, for the first time in a while, it sounds a lot more like, come on, just drop the reference on my head one more time. It's kind of panicky a little bit. But when he's confident, look, stop! When you are Raoul, though his voice is a little clearer than it used to be. Not just as bad, but now it's a clear voice for all to enjoy. Hopefully, the energy that I'm putting into the character right now will also be seen in the episode. And you know, he also goes from very happy to very sad in the movie. There's no justice for Toons anymore. Hide me, Eddie! Breathe! Look, you never saw me. Get out of there. So, that's basically Roger's voice, sort of. Guys, what happened here? Where is everything? So, that's Roger's voice. Moving on to the two characters that were introduced in the second episode, and for some reason I just don't give them enough scream time. Scream time. Yes, of course they they scream. No, screen time in the series. Crush and Squirt. Now, they're Australian, technically they're Australian turtles in the movie, and they both have, like, that surfer dude attitude. So Crush is kind of like, from what I remember, he was like, alright, we are turtles, and we know a lot. Making a plan should be relatively easy. And that's starting to sound like some pompous British thing, which is what another character is. But, another character in this nether region down here, where you cannot see. Oh my god, my dog, please. So, Crush nowadays probably be like, would probably sound like, whoa, like, totally deserted, man. Sort of sounding like that, sort of. It may change when you go in the episode, when you watch the episode, so it'll be like, whoa, what's up, dudette? You know, talking to Minnie. And it's like, wow, everything's so abandoned here. All of it's packed in boxes, dude. It's crazy. Something like that. Sort of like that surfer dude attitude. Kind of like Funky Kong from the Donkey Kong Country series. And then Mario Kart Wii. And then Squirt's kind of like a lighter pitch version of that. So it's like, whoa, what's going on here, dude? You know, kind of, sort of high pitched, not really. I can't actually speak normally in that voice without doing the, dude. Like, wow, that's crazy, dude. Like, whatever happened here? There's so much stuff that's missing and in boxes, it's weird. Or just give him the voice of Justin Scott. Weird. I don't think any of you know who Justin Scott is, and that's a shame. His channel is amazing, go watch it. And another, these two voices came around roughly the same time. Him episode 8 and him episode 10. So I'm going to put the two together because they're two small characters. Swampy's old voice was kind of high-pitched a little bit, like when I first got him in 2012. So it was like, way more high-pitched back then than it is now. If you watch the Mickey and Oswald video from that time when I was in Canada visiting my family up in Canada, you'll find what the voice sounded like. So, then there's his voice, and then his voice now sounds more like, hi guys, it's me, Swampy the Alligator. Now, Swampy's voice is sort of like Yakko's voice, but a little different. Sort of shy, sort of laid back a little bit, you know? Hi guys, it's me, Swampy the Alligator. Gee, I sure do miss Allie. She was one of my only friends back there in the sewers. Gonna miss her a lot. Okay, another character done. Then E.T. at the beginning was just E.T. fun, oh, ow, and something like that, but his voice kind of also like, plants. Alright, there are plants here? Okay, satisfied. Satisfactory, guaranteed. That's E.T. from now on. Jeez, what are we gonna do about him, guys? He's kind of all alone there. Ugh. Gives me the shivers just thinking about it. I whip my head back and forth. I whip my head back and forth. I don't have hair, but I do have a giant bulbous head. Close enough. Yep. Without doubt, the three voices that I missed doing were the Warners. All of them. Look at me, hug them. These are my huggable stuffed animals. So let's go ahead and start with the hardest voice of them all. Dot. Because it's a female, again, it'll be very hard. Boys, go fig. I'm cute. Yes, it's true. I really can't help it, but what can you do when you're cute? Something. I am angry. I am furious. I am enraged. I have had it. Something like that. So this is Dot Warner now, speaking in the Minnie Mouse regions of my throat. Wait, Minnie's more like, oh, where can Mickey be? And then Dot's more like, oh boy, not this again. Sort of like this, sort of like Minnie. They used to share the same vocal area, but I guess I could differentiate my voice enough now that I've had a couple years of voice acting experience. Sort of, so there we go. Whee! And then the next one is, hello, Nets. Now, Yakko Warner's voice will not really change because it's kind of a set voice.
I mean, sure, it's changed a little bit over the years. I mean, like, even in the show, it sounds a little different than this. You know, the whole Nations of the World song sounds nothing like this voice. It's more like, United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru, Republic, Dominican, Cuba, Caribbean, El Salvador, too, Puerto Rico, Colombia, Venezuela, Honduras, Guyana, and still, Guatemala, Bolivia, then Argentina, and you don't know the rest. I do know the rest, but still. So it's sort of like that, I guess, you know. Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru, Republic, Dominican, Cuba, Caribbean, you know, that sort of stuff. But his voice is sort of like this. I mean, geez, what's going on, Minnie? Haven't seen you in a while. Haven't seen anything in a while. But that's Yakko.
Last of the one is Wacko. Now, Wacko, over the last couple months, I've been listening to a lot of the Beatles music, and I watched Yellow Submarine yesterday. And even though Yellow Submarine, the Beatles' voices weren't actually the Beatles, they were replacement voice actors, since the Beatles apparently didn't want anything to do with that movie in the beginning. What basically has to happen now is I have to I had to kind of give it a more Beatles voice, since Jess Harnell could do impressions of all four of the Beatles. What is it? Paul, Ringo, John, and George. Those are the four Beatles. Not saying their last names. I think John Lennon, Ringo Starr, George Harrison, and Paul McCartney. Actually remember them all. I'm so surprised. But Wacko's voice is supposed to be a little bit of Ringo Starr. So it's sort of like, I'm a natural Liverpooler. And his voice is a little more high-pitched than Ringo's too, because Ringo is like down, like really low. It's like, I'm a Liverpooler. Something like that. And the Wacko's a little more high-pitched. A little more high-pitched. So once you can do a Ringo Starr's voice, then you should be able to do Wacko's voice just fine. The Baltimore, Louisiana, Indianapolis, Indiana, and Columbus is the capital of Ohio. This Montgomery, Alabama, South Helena, Montana, and this in Colorado of Boise, Idaho. And then there's another voice that I think is the last one we have for today. Yep, this one, Rob the Robot. Because what you're basically seeing here is all the characters that are going to be in the episode. Rob's been on for a long time. I think does he have batteries in him? Oh, no, Rob doesn't have batteries. I took batteries out of Rob a long time ago so they wouldn't rot him, but when I move to my new house, I'm going to have to test him to see if he works again after all these years. Like, he's dusty as crud. But, Rob he was sort of like, the statistical data shows he could never come back after the circumstances he put in, under the heroes. Under the good crew, actually, the good crew. So, Rob was sort of like that pompous British voice, a little bit, and then he kind of evolved into, don't mess around with anything, Wally, I'll be right back. Sort of like Eric Idle from Journey to Imagination with Figment. Not that you guys would know what that is, but... yes, welcome. I am Andrew Channing, chairman of the Imagination Institute. That's what it sounds sort of like Dreamfinder. Dreamfinder's like a lot more warmer, though. So Rob's probably gonna end up being sort of like that British voice, but not the too pompous British voice. Not the, balls of brass, polished to the nth degree.
Gee, sounds really poncy, like some English person.
Conker's Bad Fur Day. Literally the only place where I can get any of my British voices from is that game. And the Beatles, of course. And Wacko Warner, who is a Beatle. Where is he? So, Wacko would be sort of like, not Wacko, Rob would be sort of like, sometimes I look outside and I wonder, where the good almighty God we could be. It's been a long time since we've seen anything. Haven't you heard? Everything's packed in boxes, including Wally. I haven't seen him in months. We're moving, Wacko. That's the truth. So those are all the voices that for the M&O Adventure Series currently, and as of this episode. But if you guys want to hear the other voices that have been used in the series, such as
Electro, the villain, actually, believe it or not, he's in here right now. Let me go grab him. You see, Electro's voice has changed very much since his original voice, and it's very difficult to gauge whether or not his voice will stay this way for very long. After seeing Yellow Submarine, I believe that a villain should be like the Blue Meanie, the leader of the Blue Meanies. Sort of happy at times, but can also be extremely terrifying.
So that's all time we have for now, and there's
Mickey Mouse and Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. And I'll see you all later with the new episode coming later today.
Goodbye.
Whoop.